podcast for people just like you who love the sport of professional wrestling and for members of our WWE Travel Community Discord server. If you're not a member of the WWE Travel Community, you should come join one of the fastest growing pro wrestling communities online. You can find the Discord invite link here in the podcast bio. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Pinfalls and Passports, on X at Pinfalls and Pass, and TikTok at Pinfalls_passports. And please don't forget to subscribe to this podcast to keep up to date with all the things involving the world of pro wrestling. My name is Dorkchop. This is Pinfalls and Passports. Joining me for this very special episode is Mira. And
what up, y'all?
We are breaking down a massive weekend in WWE from SmackDown to NXT, Stand and Deliver, all the way to Monday Night Raw. So let's get into it. And we have to kick off with that goddamn segment from SmackDown.
Well, SmackDown opened up, they're in St. Louis, the home of Randy Orton. Randy comes out, standing ovation. The people love him.
Right? Ain't gonna boo Randy Orton.
Right. Cody comes out, he's angry, he's pissed. That's how he should be, right? Beats him up. And we have Patsy coming into the ring, kicking Cody Rhodes in the balls. I need him to wear a cup. He need to be one step ahead of him now. He just got to wear a cup at all times.
He's got to wear an athletic supporter. Seriously, this is getting ridiculous.
Damn, Brandy, have you not been watching over the last 4 or 5 years him being back? He's always getting kicked somewhere in the nether regions.
I know, right? It's getting ridiculous at this point. John Cena, Randy Orton, now Pat McAfee. Yeah. And then the diatribe that McAfee went on after.
He was talking about the industry needs, talent like Randy. Talking about 5'5" wrestlers putting on 45-minute matches. Where in WWE have they had 45-minute matches?
He's talking about NXT mostly, I think.
But what would be the purpose in that if we're talking about selling seats for WrestleMania? I mean, he makes no sense. He's talking about the Attitude Era. He's talking about everything. And I'm just like, this just doesn't make sense. He came out, he had his sunglasses and all this other stuff and just making him this heel, quote unquote. And the thing is, I don't like Pat McAfee. A lot of people don't like Pat McAfee. But
I can't stand him.
So I feel like if that was anybody else, it would have had a different reaction.
It might have hit more.
Because I'm like, what he was saying wasn't necessarily false.
Yeah, especially about the state of the business, the state of the product.
Yeah, he wasn't telling lies per se, but why? Why did we have to go that route when this feud wasn't even about that?
No, I mean, you had 20 years of history between Cody and Randy right there screaming at you. And you do this because I get that they're trying to get people to boo Randy Orton and they're desperate to kind of switch the gears up and get Cody back to being the cheered baby face. But this was not the way to go about it. And it was kind of insulting, especially when you had so many more creative avenues to go through in terms of how to reveal who was on the phone with Randy. And we had a whole Angry Mob segment on the podcast earlier this weekend. And we opened it up to the audience. And that was before I had watched the full episode of SmackDown, which... Now that I've watched the full segment, I'm right there with him. This is bullshit. But I was stimulated. I was, maybe not stimulated is the great word. I was entertained by Cody's promo later on in the night where he came out and he just blew everybody up. When you get pissed off Cody like that, he's usually gold on the mic.
Yeah, and I guess I don't know if it was confirmed or people just speculated this, but people were saying that it was because of the backlash that was seen online and throughout social media about Pat's reveal being the person on the phone. I'm hoping this is some type of swerve and Pat's not the only person involved. I could think could be a third, fourth, however. I hope he's not that final or he isn't just the reveal.
Right.
But we'll see. WWE, ironically, actually kind of funny, 2 days ago put up the history of Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton on YouTube. They made it a playlist. All right. I watched it last night. I'm like, the fact that Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes have had over several matches. Cody's first match on Raw was against Randy Orton, right?
Yep.
They had the feud because of Dusty face Randy at Great American Bash. That was the first Great American Bash I ever watched on NBC TV when it aired. I mean, was it great? No. It was a Saturday night, but it was like a special or something. But it was on there, and then Cody teamed with Ted DiBiase Jr. Then there was the introduction of Legacy. Then once Legacy started to peel in the cracks and stuff. Then we had the match at WrestleMania with all three of them. Randy wins ultimately. Randy won basically every bout except for maybe one or two via roll up. I know the one was on Raw with Cody, and it was via a distraction from Sheamus. Yeah. And he won that one. There was so much y'all could have went back on. Yeah. And you bring Pat in this story. So Cody's promo kind of saved it and kind of pivoted, tried to put it back on track. But we still have Pat in the picture. So.
Yeah, and especially when they put him on the poster and that picture they use of him, like, yeesh.
He's like a diet Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He got the eyebrow, the sunglasses. It just doesn't hit.
Timu Rock.
Yep. I wouldn't even say Timu. He's not even Timu Rock.
Great value.
I'm just like, okay, this is what we're doing.
Yeah, I don't know if Pat's advertised at Walmart.
I don't know if Pat's advertised for this Friday night and the next Friday night, but he don't need to be nowhere near nothing.
No, he don't. And the less we can say about him going forward, the better. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then, so things that also pissed me off about this SmackDown. Carmelo Hayes got his rematch against Sami Zayn, but basically, Sami retained, obviously because he just won the gold last week. But that means pretty much that Melo has no real claim to get on the show at WrestleMania, and that's a crime, especially with the way he's been carrying the mid-card division through his open challenges.
And his promo was fire.
Yeah.
His promo was fire. No one can take that from him. Nothing, you can't take anything from him at all because he's shown his talent time after time. I don't know why they decided to go this route. I don't know if he'll get added somehow last minute. I don't see it happening, unfortunately. It's a shame. I don't know if he's still going to have an appearance at the Mania somehow, interfering in this match. I hope this is a clean match. But yeah. It's upsetting because it's like he's worked his ass off. He's been working his ass off.
He deserves a spot on WrestleMania. And, well, I mean, to that end also, I mean, you could also make an argument for Ilya Dragunov to be included in this match. Fortunately, TKO and the powers that be do not see it that way, so we will not be getting those two in this match. We will be getting Sami versus Trick.
Which will be fire.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Trick has impossible aura. And here's a question for you, Mira. Why didn't they save Little Yachty until WrestleMania?
I think they try to hype it up, in all honesty. I think it's really just to try to hype it up, which is not a problem. I have no problem with him because, honestly, he kind of just like amplifies Trick in a sense. And it was actually pretty cool. Like just to see them banter off each other.
Yeah.
But I think we could have saved him for the entrance with Trick at WrestleMania. Honestly, Trick don't need nobody. Trick don't need nobody for real.
I cannot wait to see his special entrance at WrestleMania.
I really hope he has something fire up his sleeve. I think he should. He's on the spinny mount thingy. So I don't know if he should have a choir like he did with Stand and Deliver that one year, or just have some type of grand entrance. I think it's well deserved.
Oh yeah, I mean, because you're gonna have 60,000 plus people chanting "Whoop that Trick," and it's gonna be a crazy good. I mean, the man has impossible aura. It's crazy how over he is. It's gonna be fun to watch, but again, how we're getting there is what really kind of upsets me.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I definitely agree. It just sucks. So
yeah,
It sucks. It sucks.
The only thing that didn't suck about this SmackDown was the Damian Priest and R-Truth versus The Miz and Kit Wilson tag team title match.
Mm-hmm.
With of course we had a little involvement from Danhausen.
Right.
You know, it was pretty funny how he got involved. He cursed The Miz, and then he tried to double curse The Miz, and he cursed the ref instead. I had a good laugh at that, especially when he couldn't count to 3.
He's like, my arm. And he's like, what do you mean, my arm? He's like, what do you mean?
That was great. Oh, man. I think WWE has really bounced back from a terrible introduction of Danhausen to just involving him every
chance they get.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He is great.
I think let's not overdo it with Danhausen, though. I feel like that's what we have to be careful of. But he's been a great addition on SmackDown, on Raw. He's been great.
Yeah, I mean, he's great with those in between segments where he's shooting t-shirts out of the cannon.
Mm-hmm.
He's great in the backstage segments, the social media clips. You are right, though. It does run the risk of overexposure. And I'm hoping they kind of tone it down a little bit at post WrestleMania.
Yeah, I don't he'll probably be out there, obviously, at WrestleMania, the cannon. He might even do the announcement on how many people are there for both nights combined or something. So I'm suspecting that we'll definitely see him once.
Yeah, exactly. he'll probably be like, there's 68,000, very nice, very evil, something like that.
Yeah.
Although I doubt we're going to get 68,000 this year.
I doubt that. I doubt it.
Sincerely doubt it. But yeah, Truth and Priest retain in a rather chaotic and comedic match. The women had a tag match as well.
They did.
Charlexa picked up the win.
Mm-hmm.
There was a post-match beat down by Lash and Nia, which obviously feeds into the fatal 4-way they're going to have at WrestleMania.
Right.
It was an okay match. I mean, like I said, the best part of this was the Danhausen. The best part of this show, when the best part of your show is Danhausen, that's a really rough episode. And we had Rhea getting beaten down by Jade and her stablemates Beef Ab and Michin after a match. Which, are you feeling anything for this feud? Your silence is telling.
We're working on it. We have less than a week to work on it, but I think when we get into Monday Night Raw, it does a little something to accelerate it.
Yeah.
Again, I'm still not as sold on it, and I'm kind of upset that EO has been used as this prop in all of this, in my opinion. I hate that.
Yeah.
Because EO should be on the Mania card, because EO has beaten Rhea multiple times. So why is EO the one saving? Why is EO the one saving Rhea?
Well, and not only that, but just the reason that she hasn't been officially named to the WrestleMania card is kind of mildly infuriating.
Yep.
Nikki Bella is, of course, out injured, and they're waiting to see if she'll be cleared in time for WrestleMania. If not, then the Kabuki Warriors are going to take the place of the Bella Twins.
Is that confirmed?
That's the rumor, and
okay.
The rumor being that if Nikki Bella is cleared, then they're going to get Asuka versus Io, with Kyrie caught in the middle.
But we don't even have to do that, in my opinion. I mean, I get why, because the Bella Twins have to, but I feel like Brie could get somebody else. We haven't seen Tamina in over 2 years. Tamina's probably still in ring shape. Bring her in as I'm just saying, it could be why are we halting these other stories? This is what's bothersome to me, but I know these injuries have cursed not only WWE but all over a lot of promotions and stuff. These injuries have been fucking up the rosters, fucking up the game plan. So I'm hoping she's back. I think she will be. She just may not be 100%, and she may not be able to move.
She may not be able to move very well. But I really do hope Nikki does get cleared in time, and we get the Asuka Io match we should be looking forward to.
Yep.
Because Asuka and Io will cook.
Exactly. So I'm like, why are we not announcing it? But I understand why at this rate. But
yeah,
I mean, just have Asuka do double duty. I mean, Asuka would definitely do double duty. I mean, I don't really.
She's a trooper. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I don't really see why that would be an issue. Just pull the trigger, have her do double duty.
Yeah,
honestly.
Exactly. But from SmackDown, we went to NXT Stand and Deliver, which was a night and day difference in terms of quality.
Let me tell you, Shawn Michaels and his roster got in their bag and said, yeah, y'all don't want us in Vegas? Yeah, y'all sure about that?
Okay.
They sold out their venue, I believe, and they cooked their stories. Even if you did not follow NXT the whole Stand and Deliver season,
right,
you were able to keep up with what was going on and what each wrestler was trying to convey to the audience. Bet we won't be able to say that at WrestleMania. I bet we won't be able to say that. Because I feel like I was in and out of NXT this whole period. Like I would watch a little bit, I would keep up, I would know what's going on a little bit, but I didn't know what was happening, honestly.
Yeah, I kind of jumped in, of course, and I didn't know everything that was going on. I didn't know how Johnny Gargano got back to NXT and got the North American Championship match. I knew basically the kind of the history and the story behind Lola and Kendall Gray against JC Jane. I knew about the Fatal 4-Way. Obviously, Saul versus Zarya. That's been building for months on months. And then I didn't really care about the men's tag team title match between the Vanity Project and Los Americanos. I'll be honest.
So I kind of liked them. I don't know. And then you had Tatum and Blake. Probably forgot that one, but Tatum and Blake. That was actually opening. That was like right before the main event.
What? Oh,
yeah. Yeah, no, but they had a good match though. But we'll get into all that.
Yeah.
Tatum retained y'all.
Which I was kind of surprised by, but that's because I figure either Blake's getting called up after WrestleMania or you don't want to have her tied down with a belt. But I was actually surprised to see her not win the North American Championship because I feel like she's past due for a title.
Yeah, I think so. After watching NXT last night, she has a rematch, I think, next week for the NXT North American Championship. If she does win, she'll be down NXT at least until the end of the year. I'm going to assume she'll probably drop that belt, go after the women's title, and then somehow, some way, get up to the main roster. But she's going after it again next week. They won a mixed tag match last night. It was Tatum and Shiloh Hill and one of the Vanity Project boys and Blake, and they won.
Was it Jackson Drake?
Probably. It probably was him. They all kind of look alike to me. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, we know what I've called them in the past, so.
But the thing is, I kind of like their energy. They're different than what we're kind of used to. Yeah, they're douchebag college boys, right? Makes sense. Yep. But I think they're able to mold them into what NXT needs going forward. What I will say, I think the big thing from Stand and Deliver, we got tons of new champions, tons of breakout stars, but this is the future. Like they're setting the tone. I can honestly say at the end of Stand and Deliver, you felt the energy shift. Like it was kind of like a roster reset in a sense, and you could see that.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you look at the men's and women's title matches, especially, JC Jane has been in NXT for going on 5 years now. She is beyond due for a main roster call up. I don't know how you shoehorn her into anything. Lola was past due to win the title, but you know that Kendall Gray's time is coming. That woman is eventually going to be the NXT Women's champion, excuse me, and she's got star written all over her. She's great in ring. She's getting better on the mic. She tells great stories with her matches. Lola, like I said, past due. I mean, if she didn't win, I don't know what they would have done with her.
Yeah, I think she's been trying and trying. She tried for the North American multiple times. She tried for the women's multiple times. This was her moment. She's proved that she's been in AAA for like over the last 6 to 8 months, maybe even a little bit longer than that. You can tell her technicality has improved, even in that the number one contenders match, even from last week. Like she looked like a star. She will excel in NXT as their women's champion, and when she's often called up, she'll be fine. She'll be able to stand with them. And I feel like even with JC Jane, she's a great heel. JC Jane last night was getting booed out of the PC by the whole crowd, the whole Fatal Influence, and they still, all three of them held their own and did their promo. They did not let it shake them. When I cannot say that about some people on the main roster. It's sickening.
Sometimes the crowd shakes you.
And I'm just like, a prime example is Charlotte, but Charlotte's never been strong with like promos and stuff. So I thought of JC and I'm like, damn, JC's doing better than like Charlotte did. And I'm like, well, she's never been as strong as that. But I'm like, still, like, you think about who Charlotte is and what she encompasses. And I'm like, JC Jane can be a star on the main roster if they book her right.
Yeah, and that's the key. They've got to book her right. And the problem is a lot of the women aren't getting TV time, and the ones that get the TV time aren't always getting booked right.
Yep.
And so it's a delicate situation with JC. I have to agree, but the potential is there.
Yep, the potential is definitely there, but that was a great match. Soul and Zarya.
Soul won, but we thought for sure this was the decisive end to the rivalry until Tuesday night. Mm-hmm. And then Zarya basically does what every heel does is in a blood feud. This is over when I say it's over, blah, blah, blah. Which I don't understand why they felt the need to continue this feud. Unless Zarya is going to get her win back and then they're going to have a blow-off match.
I think they might have a blow-off match. If I'm not mistaken, they're having a last woman standing match or something.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, is that going to be the final draw? And then Soul gets called up because
Soul's over.
Yeah, this is a clock's ticking type thing. But but no, I don't know where we're leading with it. The main roster does need some fresh faces. We need a draft, and I feel like Soul, JC Jane, Fallon Henley, Lainey Reed, like all of them would be good fits for the main roster. I feel like Fatal Influence should be drafted up together.
Okay.
I feel like we shouldn't break them up right away. I know we were planting the seeds and stuff, and that still could happen before they even come up, but I like them together. I really do. I think they play well off each other, even with the combativeness of who's going to turn on who type of thing. It's just like they still have each other's back in a way. So, I mean, okay. We'll see.
The men's championship match, we had the Tony D'Angelo versus Joe Hendry versus Ethan Page versus Ricky Saints. And Tony D won and became the NXT champion, which I wasn't sure how he could really progress out of that dawn of NXT role. He's really impressed me with his transition into the transformation, I should say, into the vigilante kind of character that he's got going, this kind of tweener character. And he's another one that's past due for a run with the belt.
Yeah, I think he's part of that NXT 2.0 star, so I think it included him, Trick, Mello, Braun Breaker, and Grayson Waller. It was those 5, and he finally got his championship, which long overdue. Yeah. The crowd loves him. Joe Hendry, he's great. He has a great character to him. I think he needed to drop the belt, honestly. I don't know if they want to bring him up right now, keep him down there to feel out his character. Ethan Page, he could come up right now. He could come up right now. He doesn't need to be in NXT, but he does great work down there. Ricky Saints, I feel like he has some work to do, but he's also really good. He could also come up. Like, it's just great to see that they have those type of talent, like have that talent down there. But Tony D, I feel like he's gonna have a good run. I don't know if he's gonna have a multiple run, but I think he will do fine.
Yeah, I don't know how long the run's going to be because sometimes the chase and the victory are better than the actual reign. Mm-hmm. See Cody Rhodes from 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. As much as it pains me to say that, somebody who just plunked down money to have a photo op with him. Yeah, I mean he's better in the chase. Yep. And so I hope that doesn't prove true for Tony D. And then rounding out the the card, we saw Miles Bourne and Johnny Gargano. It was a good match. I liked the little planking stunt that Johnny pulled in the middle of the match.
This fucker, he's so funny.
I know, right? He's
He's
great.
so funny.
He's great in ring, but honestly, Miles retaining was the right move here. And it was against a quality opponent. Obviously, the post match attack set up his next challenge against Dion Lennox. And then that led into the 8-man tag last night on NXT, which I actually didn't see. I fell asleep.
So the 8-man tag was really good. Miles came out and he interfered against Theon. And then good guys get to win, if I'm not mistaken. But then the Stone, he's like, you just can't go breaking up in the matches. He's like, well, he had to get a get back. He was like, he had to get the get back. So, I mean, I get it, but I feel like Miles Bourne is, again, like another good talent to have on the roster. He's showing kids like, hey, you can do whatever you want to do. Like, I think he said, in an interview I seen, he has like what, less than 30% of his hearing.
Right.
And he's reading lips in order to like see what the reactions are with the crowd and what his opponent is doing. He's so good. He's so good.
Yeah,
So
it's
good.
overcoming that disability, especially. That's huge.
So, I mean, I'm super proud. I'm like, yo, to me, in my eyes, he's great. He's great.
Yeah. And greatness followed NXT into Raw on Monday, which hell of a start. I actually did watch the first hour plus of Raw before switching over to the national championship game to watch my boys lose. Moment of silence, and we're back. All right, but a moment of silence was needed for all the people that got buried by CM Punk. Holy cow! He came out swinging, and people wanted 2011 to 2013 Punk, pipe bomb Punk. They wanted. Well, they got him on Monday. Oh, they got him on Monday. I mean, Pat McAfee, Roman Reigns, Ari Emanuel.
Yeah, the Nepo baby comment. What else he say?
I'm sorry, like my dad didn't get me his job, after I sucked at football. Man, and then The Rock is a Hollywood. I mean, was a Hollywood superstar. Like everything he said. I mean, it's like to harken back to his Collision promo. Tell me when I'm telling lies. He was straight fire in this promo, and it was like just what we needed to kind of really reinvigorate what has been a real tired build up to on the road to WrestleMania.
Yeah, and also just like pointing out the BS of what happened on Friday, kind of even cleaning that up, because he said that Pat's going to have a receipt sometime soon. So it'll be fun to see.
The best part of it, lower the ticket prices. I mean, he said what the audience has been thinking for months.
Years at this point, the last 3 years, everything is going up, which, okay, we get it. But that high is crazy. So
yeah, exactly.
We'll see. I think they do have plans.
Exploited.
Yep. And I think they do have plans to lower them. And I think they are. Well, obviously, it has to get lowered at this rate because we're almost close to WrestleMania. But it's being said that they're going to lower the prices going forward. So we'll see.
Yeah, especially we've got a 2-night SummerSlam coming up in Minnesota, which I'm debating whether I can make that or not, especially with All In.
Nah, I'm not going. I got All In to get to.
Yeah, no, I can't do 2 big trips in a month, even if it is just a weekend in Minnesota.
Yeah, I can't shake that one. I can't do that.
Yeah. And then Raw was hot beginning to finish. We had some great matches. We had Bayley against Lash Legend, which ended with assistance from Lyra.
Which is fine with me. I feel like Lyra's leaning into that, like, she wants to win mentality.
Yep.
Which can also lead to heel-ish mentality. I hope not, but it gives her like a little edge. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. Bayley hasn't had a singles win in months, so hey, let's roll with it.
Exactly. And Finn and JD, student versus teacher, it was nice. And then also seeing Dominic get stomped was nice too.
Yeah, they didn't even have the match. It kind of just didn't happen.
Yeah. And then also like the confirmation that we're going to get the Demon at WrestleMania. I
Yep,
was a
we did
little,
it.
I was a little disappointed by that. Something they should have saved as a surprise, maybe. But they trying to sell tickets,
But also, I feel like they should have just had to be a surprise. I think they should just let that be a surprise, man.
and I now that they've confirmed that the Demon is coming at WrestleMania, Finn has to win. He has to, because otherwise the credibility of the Demon is gone forever.
That's why I'm like, I think he should have just came out as that. I don't even think they should have announced it. I feel like people are still going to pop. Obviously, it's
Yeah.
it's his character persona that's gotten him over NXT around the world, all that. But I think they should have just had it happen. There was no need to announce it.
No. And we had the confirmation of Speed and the Vision teaming up against LA Knight and the Usos.
Mm-hmm.
That will happen at WrestleMania. Yeah. How you feeling about that?
It'll be a fun match. I mean, I'm not upset about it. I just feel like we have tag team belts we could defend on the card
instead of putting in a social media influencer.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I actually think they should put the belts on the line anyway in this match, and then like have Speed cost the Vision the tag team titles.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah, I could see that happening too. That would be a last minute thing.
And then you would also have a potential for who actually, if LA Knight gets the pinfall, who's his tag team partner defending it, or are they going to use the Freebird rule? I mean, is it going to lead to tension between the three?
Yeah, I mean, it could happen. I wouldn't even. Not with how angry Jay be getting. I don't want no parts. I don't want no part. Listen.
Let me see if it.
Like, he just don't listen. I just.
Yeah.
But it is going to be a fun match. He's super athletic. I show speed, so it'll be fun.
Super athletes were the main thing in the main event segment on Monday night as well. When we had Brock Lesnar and Oba sign their contract.
Did they sign a contract?
We don't know. The show went off the air before the brawl concluded. As you know, Donnie Brooks tend to break out when there's a contract signing. But this was up until they cut it off. It was a straight up war. I mean,
it was really good.
It was a really well done segment. I mean, Brock and Oba just went at each other like caged animals. They had a spear through a table. Then both of them no sold. They had the standard security can't keep them contained kind of things going on. And I mean, I was loving it. And then all of a sudden you see the show go to black and you're like, wait, what?
You're like, oh, okay. So this is how we stopping this, huh? Oh, okay. Yeah, I said, so where's the rest? It's on YouTube? But what I never understood with it, what I never understood is that we're on Netflix. Why are we stopping the airing? Like, why are we stopping it?
I don't get it either. I mean, Netflix, they should have unlimited time. It's not like they have a hard out with a network to worry about.
Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't really get that aspect of it.
Yeah, but I mean, if they can maintain that kind of energy going into the match at WrestleMania, holy cow.
They will. And they will. I full-hearted believe that. Like, I believe that full-heartedly. I guess we could announce, if people don't already know, night 1 and night 2, what that's going to look like.
We could. I mean, because now we know that Rey Mysterio has been added to the ladder match. That was the other big takeaway from Monday night that I kind of was like, whoa, all right.
Which is kind of ironic. Oh, before we get into the matches, I don't know if you've seen or if you had the chance to look at it. So during Raw, Seth comes out and was like, well, I don't know why this guy decided to interfere with what I was doing last week.
Right.
And then in the back, it's Gunther and Paul Heyman, and they're chatting it up. And he's like, well, you owe me a favor type of thing. So.
Oh, no. Another year with WrestleMania with a favor owed by Paul Heyman.
But we already know what this favor is going to be. It's going to lead us into SummerSlam with a Brock retirement match, more than likely. But even though it doesn't have a full story, Seth and Gunther really, there's no real weight to it. It's going to be a good ass match.
Oh, definitely. It's going to be probably going to be the match of the weekend. I think they just don't know how to have bad matches. The two of them, put them together, and then you've got the potential for gold.
And also, Stephanie Valkyrie, Liv Morgan, and Roxanne Perez. That backstage segment, the backstage segment itself was actually really, I thought we were going to get somewhere to figure out where Roxanne lies with, Judgment Day and Finn. Because she was like, yeah, we know Finn brought you in, and we just want to make sure that it's with us. And then as Roxanne was about to say something, boom,
Headbutt.
headbutt.
Dude,
I don't know if Stephanie pushed her so hard that she just jolted off of Roxanne, or I just don't know. Then into the TV.
Yeah. Like Liv and Stephanie had some massive bruises on their foreheads.
Did Stephanie have any bruises?
Nah, not that I've seen.
Oh, just Roxanne and Liv. Okay.
That's all I've seen.
Big ass knot on his forehead. A slightly little big knot on Roxanne's forehead. I was like, oh, they're definitely in concussion protocol right now. They
Gotta
have to be.
Oh, yeah. I mean, will the bruises be gone by the time I take my picture with Liv?
Well, her swelling's gone down. It looks like a lot.
Okay.
It just looks like it's bruised from what she posted on Instagram earlier today. So I think she'll be okay. She'll probably just put on some makeup to cover it up.
Some concealer.
Some concealer.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so Raw was a lot better than SmackDown. It continued the momentum brought forth by NXT Stand and Deliver, and then it carried over into Tuesday night, which was another great show. However, we're worrying. We're both kind of worrying about whether or not the momentum is going to carry over into WrestleMania. We got the Go Home Raw coming up this Monday, which I may or may not be able to catch because I'll be catching a plane.
Then we have SmackDown this Friday to, I guess, really solidify going into the WrestleMania week, which is going to be interesting. We have to sustain the momentum of what Stand and Deliver, Monday Night Raw, and NXT has just shown us. I don't know if I really want to watch. I kind of just, at this point, I think I want to go into blind to Mania with all the stunts they pull in, but we'll see if I'm busy or not. But no, right. I'm still excited for WrestleMania. It's still going to be a vibe. The show is going to, be a good time with everybody there. So I'm not really stressing about that aspect of it. It's more so like as a fan, as a long lifetime fan, I just want to make sure that the stories make sense and that the stories that the talents want to convey is being conveyed and not being pushed by management and higher ups. Because that Cody Rhodes promo from last Friday was very much him being agitated as fuck that they keep interfering in his matches for the second year in a row.
Yeah, exactly. And I really hope that this was kind of the wake up call that, the upper management of TKO needed. And, between Cody and CM Punk's promos kind of gets them to be like to back off a little bit. I mean, we get it. The ticket sales are disappointing, but
they shouldn't have ran a Mania back to back in Vegas.
No, they should not. No. I mean, a lot of people were kind of put off by that. The ticket prices themselves they were put off by. And yeah, the product isn't in a good place, and it's because of constant interference. Now, in terms of promotion, Ashing was saying, UFC, they do great with.
Yep.
You can't do that with pro wrestling.
Especially because it's a mix of athleticism and entertainment and choreography and storytelling and things like that. So it's just you have to really be careful with it and you have to treat it as such. And I think the higher ups in TKO are just not understanding that, but they are promoting very well, I would say, but they're just not selling as well as it would if it was in either New Orleans or Atlanta or Nashville or even California. Even if they went back to somewhere in California, right? It would have sold a lot better than what it did.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't help that Allegiant Stadium is probably one of the most expensive places to run a show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even Raiders tickets are bloated.
Yeah, but it's a nice stadium because you get the good weather if you go down there, right?
Yeah.
But you're guaranteed that. And then also you don't have to worry about rain or anything. So I get why they want to run shows into your SoFi Stadium and your Allegiant and other stadiums that are covered and things like that. But you have to plan it out accordingly.
Yeah, and it really limits your options if you're going to be going with dome stadiums too.
Yep, because not all of them have adapted to that quite yet. It's going to be cold. I know with WrestleMania 40, the crowd that were watching at home was like, hey, we can't hear the crowd. Yeah, it's freaking cold and the
We're
wind is taking,
shivering.
and then like the actual wind is taking our sound and all that, and it's an open air stadium. So I mean, all that plays into a factor. But I think they wanted to run it back in Vegas because there were so many options for them. They can explore the club options. They can
Yep.
do like all these like activities with the fans that cost thousands of dollars. Like, like they have so many things for them to do in Vegas
Money.
to make that money that they want to make. So, we'll see.
Yeah, yeah. But night one, night two,
Looking hot. So night one, the first hour will be on ESPN2.
Yep.
It'll be Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu in their unsanctioned match. And then we would have the 6-man tag, which is LA Knight and the Usos versus Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and IShow Speed. And then we have Stephanie Dalker versus Liv Morgan, Gunther versus Seth Rollins, AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch, and the women's tag fatal 4-way championship match. So you have Liv and Lyra. I mean, not Liv, Bailey and Lyra, the Bella Twins, Charlexa, and the Irresistible Force. And then the main event, more than likely, will be Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton with Pat McAfee in the corner. I have to look at his ugly face.
Yeah, that means we have to endure another promo probably from Pat McAfee. Yep.
But Sunday looks really good. Saturday looks it's stacked, but Sunday looks really good.
Yeah.
Sunday is getting Brock Lesnar and Obafemi in the first hour, and they're also getting the ladder match.
That's a hook right there.
I hate that they get the ladder match the first hour because pay for it. But you get JD McDonough, Dragon Lee, Penta, Javon Evans, Rusev, and Rey Mysterio in the ladder match for the IC title. You will have the Demon Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio. I feel like the AAA championship should be on the line low key. It would be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley, and Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams in our main event. CM Punk versus Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship. And I guess if Nikki is cleared, I guess we would then add Asuka and Io if that is the case, or however they decide to do that.
I mean, Sunday looks really stacked. I just hope that obviously that we
There's
can add
balance. There's balance too.
Yeah, there's balance. The ESPN matches are really looking good. I mean, the matches they got.
I hate them. And I think they wanted those matches. That's why. Because they're like, oh, it's a ladder match. It's going to get the kids hooked and their parents going to have to pay the $40 or how much ever it is.
Right. Yeah, it's 30. But still, the rent is too damn high.
Yep. No, I'm very excited. You are about to begin your voyage, your 2-week voyage.
Yes, that's right. Tomorrow morning, I get on a plane for Vancouver. I meet up with a bunch of server peeps, Omar, Austin, Joe, Nicole. Gonna see all of them. We're gonna have some beers at the Canby.
Yeah, so
and then Monday I'm on my way to Vegas for a big old 9-day tour.
A Las Vegas tour is crazy.
Right.
So are you sleeping at least Monday night and Tuesday night before chaos begins? Or no sleep in Vegas?
I'm going to sleep about 3 or 4 hours a night. Come on now.
No, but I'm saying like before everything kicks, are you going to get that good 8 hours of sleep? Because when I arrived last year on Tuesday, I was out, but that Wednesday I had a good 8 hours before the mayhem really began on Wednesday and Thursday.
Yeah, I think Monday night and Tuesday night are going to be. Oh no, Tuesday night I got the helicopter ride.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, maybe I get a good night's sleep on Tuesday, but then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday are all going to be quite loaded.
Okay.
With late night hijinks.
Well, no, it's okay. You'll have fun.
And we're all going to have fun.
Oh yeah, for sure. You already know how this goes. I'm so excited. I have to pack this weekend.
Yeah, my luggage is sitting off camera over here, just chilling.
You're so excited. Yo, I know you're buzzing right now.
Yeah, I mean, I've got my Uber booked and everything. So now I just got to wake up on time.
And you will. You will. Trust me.
Yes. But so programming note, we may or may not put out an episode live in Vegas. I don't know yet, Mira. We haven't hammered that detail out, have we?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with if y'all see anything, it's gonna be on the fly. I'm just gonna be completely transparent with y'all. If y'all see anything while the dates of, I guess what, the 12th through the 22nd? Let's just say the 12th through the 22nd. If you see anything like that,
It's on the fly.
it's on the fly. Yep.
Probably keep an eye on the social media.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on the Pinballs and Passports social media for any like clips, pictures, all that good stuff. Because I don't know that we're gonna have the time to do an episode once Mira gets to town.
And Danny gets to town. Like if once him and I get to, I don't know.
It's balls to the wall from there.
Yeah, we got a wrestle it. Have indies on Friday. Some strip clubs. You got WrestleMania.
We got oil wrestling.
Oil wrestling.
We certainly can try.
We can try though. So if y'all do, be on the lookout.
I'll at least bring the laptop and the wireless mics, and we'll try and get something going.
Same. I'm bringing my laptop as well, so we will have our technology with us.
Exactly. It's just a matter of finding the time.
Right. But no, we are so excited to be in Vegas, y'all, and honestly, a few days at this rate.
Exactly. I'm excited to be in Vegas, and we'll try and find the time for y'all. And other than that, we got any other business to cover tonight, Mira?
Nope, not that I can think of.
All right. Well, we have been Pinballs